8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
International superstar, Miss Barbara B.
You are now tuned in to Butter B Rocker on Transparency Talks Podcast.
Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Transparency Talks Podcast. I am your girl, Butter B Rocker. Listen, I'm super excited about today. We have two special guests from the cast of Another Christmas. He is from the Grammy-nominated band City High and Sister Act 2. His name is Ryan Toby. Can you guys show some love? Hold on. Now I'm gonna count. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. And also we have Mr. Malik Brazile, aka YouTube star LEEK. Can you guys show him some love as well?
How y'all doing?
I'm doing really good. It's so good to have both of you here. So let me make sure I get my frame right. Okay. So I like to dive right on in. Can you guys both tell me a little bit about yourselves? Who wants to start first?
It don't matter. You can go ahead, young blood.
Yeah, I'm Malik Brazile, also known as LEEK on the internet. Originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. Made my way over to Columbia, South Carolina, where I found my love for film and entertainment. So been doing that 10 years coming Christmas Eve. So just be kind of, doing my Hollywood shuffle, getting my way, making my way, and just now I'm sitting here with Butter B. So yeah, it's been a journey. All
right. And what about you, Mr. Ryan? I mean, I already said some of your accolades, but tell a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, first I want to say thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. Love the platform. I really love the intro too. I was jamming to your intro.
That was my beat that I made. Thank you.
It had me rocking. It definitely had me rocking. My name is Ryan Toby. I'm a singer, songwriter, actor, music producer. Been in the industry for about 30 years now, actually. And started off, my first claim to fame was being in a movie called Sister Act 2 with Whoopi Goldberg and Lauryn Hill. I was the little guy that sang "Oh Happy Day." And then from there, I was also in a Grammy-nominated group, which was signed to Wyclef Jean and Jerry Wonder's Book of Basement record label called City High. And we had a couple of big hit records called What Would You Do and Caramel. And also, had the opportunity to ghostwrite for a lot of your favorite artists, from Will Smith to Usher, Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, this goes on. And now, as of recently, I've been working with Stacey Davis Films and a wonderful cast and production crew on a film called Another Christmas, which I think it's getting ready to be released. So really excited about that.
All right. That was some great introductions. So we are here to talk about Another Christmas, and then I'll talk a little bit about your personal businesses and things that y'all are doing as well. But let's get to the business. Okay, Another Christmas. Can you guys tell me what the film is about?
Halloween. Yeah. It's like, no.
It's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie, exactly. It's about the 4th of July, actually.
You know what? Yeah, I see that we're gonna have some fun with this. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna play the trailer and then we're gonna talk about it. All right?
There we go. Sounds
all right,
good.
Here we go.
Good morning. This, as you know, is the most wonderful time of the year.
Merry Christmas!
How you gonna make me a star, man?
Women should already know their place.
Listen,
and I heard your cousin was doing a little contest on Instagram. I need you to give him this tape for me, please.
Michelle, really?
Yes.
A cassette tape?
Yes. And
Did you travel back in time to 1992 to get this?
Look, you know, one of these days I'm gonna marry you on Christmas Day, right?
Yeah, you say that all the time.
I mean it. I got a whole plan.
I was hoping that maybe we could spend the holiday together.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
You gotta do what makes you happy. You're the only woman I want to be with.
Andrew! Who was she?
Boy, is that a ring?
Maybe.
What did you get from there?
I am going to help you with these lights.
Okay. So Malik, can you tell me about your character?
Yeah, Andrew is a professional baseball player that's coming back home to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And when he gets back home, he is, faced with some controversy of, an old love interest that he didn't know that he still had feelings for. And he also has a fiance that's still on his coattail. So, he's navigating that, while also, just trying to be a family man,
Okay. How is a fiance on a coattail? Our minds want to know. Because if I'm a fiance, I'm not on a coattail. I'm a fiance, period.
Believe it, but his girlfriend at the time is eccentric. He, I don't really like the word crazy, but she's pretty close to that word, So he has to kind of let her down easy while also, giving his new interest, security that, this could possibly be a thing.
Okay, Malik, I'm gonna ask you this serious question. Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because I'm telling you now, ain't no fiance halfway in there. She either a fiance or she I'm just messing with you. Just having some fun. Okay.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you, I promise.
Sure.
Okay. So did you see any resemblance in your character in your real life?
The only resemblance I seen between me and Andrew was the fact of he moves off impulse a lot. I move off impulse a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't really say, we related as far as, the woman aspect of it, but, we've been through a couple of things, me and him. So we share a couple of war stories, but for the most part, yeah, like I said, impulse, and him just kind of realizing that sometimes the grass either is or not greener on the other side is something I definitely kind of saw myself within this character for sure.
Okay. All right. What was the biggest challenge for you in filming your part?
Well, we shot this film in like 7 days. So,
really?
Yeah. We shot it in 7 days, but we prepped for it. I got the call for this film over like early pandemic. Like we were still like quarantine, like with curfews on the street and everything. And so Stacy sent me an email saying, hey, I got this role. At the time, his name was, I think, Kevin. It wasn't Andrew. So we went through the audition process and so we prepped for like 8-9 months. And so when we got on set, it wasn't a fact of knowing the lines. It was the fact of, hey, we shoot this in 7 days, 12, 14-hour days. And sometimes they would throw curveballs at us with new lines and rewrites. So it was more of just the pace. The pacing was the hardest thing about filming this movie. It was a pace that I wasn't really used to. Most movies you come on, you got 3 months to film. We shooting 2-3 pages a day. Some scenes take a whole week to shoot. So we were literally filming scenes in like 30, 45 minutes. And Stacy runs a tight ship. So you better get them lines right the first time because she really not. I mean, she'll give you sometimes, to to get a take for you in, but you're only getting like 2 takes. So you gotta know what your character's purpose is in that scene for sure.
Wow. If you saying 2 takes, that means y'all had to come absolutely prepared.
Oh yeah, I remember it was one day. I think they added a new scene right before lunch, so I hurried up, scarfed my food down, had to go out to the parking lot. I'm looking crazy because I think at this location we was at a school. I'm looking crazy talking to myself, trying to get these lines down because the scene we did, I want to say was, I think it was the last scene of the movie. Um, I think it was me and Kelly, and yeah, that was a pretty lengthy scene. So they threw that on me as a surprise. I thought we was filming that the next day. So, yeah, the pacing was just insane. But I mean, it really, as an actor, it gave me I guess that what they call a Broadway pace.
Right.
It's kind of like you get thrown in that water. You just kind of got to figure it out. It's no, hey, can we cut? She definitely taught me that on this production for sure.
Okay. Well, if you're tuned in right now, we are talking to Malik. He is with the cast of Another Christmas. We had Ryan on here. Technology, computers, everything happens. It is what it is. Hopefully he'll be able to get back on. I see that he's trying to connect, but hopefully we can connect. And if not, we'll have to get him on the next show. So we'll see. So I'm going to keep this thing rolling. Okay. So do you think people are going to be able to relate to your character?
Definitely. Like I said, with me, it was more about I can see, between Malik and Andrew. I'm a guy that, I'm a real quick thinker. Like I'm from the city. So it's just kind of like you kind of got to be on your P's and Q's all the time. And sometimes that can end you up in a bad situation or in a situation you might regret later. So I can see that. I think people could relate to Andrew in a way of, like I said, sometimes you gotta reevaluate your current decisions and maybe sometimes realize it could have been a mistake, and go back home. Sometimes you really gotta regroup yourself by going back home and realizing what you already have. And I think a lot of people, especially in this holiday season, especially what's happened in the past 2-3 years, a lot of people can relate. We got jobs, school, whatever. Everybody got an excuse, but there's no excuse for doing what's right for yourself. So for sure, they can definitely see that in Andrew.
Okay. So who from the cast could you relate to the most, character-wise?
Character-wise, LEEK or Andrew?
You.
I related to Ryan's character for sure. Just kind of, being that person in the family that doesn't get to make it home for every holiday, doesn't get to, see everything. It's kind of blinded by the work of it all. I definitely saw myself in him. I saw myself and my grandfather, that the actor who plays my grandfather as well, because he kind of had this aspect of I don't care. I'm gonna just say it. And I'm definitely that way, Not to be rude, it's just like, if it's on my mind, I gotta get it off. Like somebody gotta hear what I'm thinking. I'm blunt in that way. So definitely those two characters for sure.
That's that Louisiana.
Yeah, it gotta come out. It gotta come out at some point. Can't hold it forever.
It is so crazy because Ryan is trying to tune in, but it keeps saying that his mic is not connected. So hopefully if he can hear us, it says his mic and cam is not connected. So hopefully he can hear us and hopefully he can hit the buttons and stuff and get on. But again, you know how this technology is. It is crazy and it is storming out here. I don't know how it is where he's at, but we're going to keep it moving. Okay. So Mr. Malik. What is the takeaway that everyone will get after viewing this film?
I think the biggest takeaway people will get from watching this film is that kind of like what I've been saying is just that the grass sometimes isn't always as green on the other side. You got to reassess. Sometimes the people that you meet along the way aren't really for you. You know, and I think another big lesson that people take from this film is just patience. There my guy goes. Look, we thought we lost.
Man.
I was like, look,
Jeez.
we were rolling, but we need my man.
Listen, I'm listening to you. I'm like, yo, just hold on, man. I got your back. I'm coming, bro. Just keep talking. I'll be right there, dog. I'll never leave you hanging like that. My bad.
So I was like, lose him? Like,
I'm like, nah. I don't know what happened. You know what? I had a call come through, and it just threw everything off. I kept resetting the page and refreshing and logging in, logging out, logging in. It was saying something like the host has you backstage. The host can see you. But I was like, well, why she don't want to let me back?
Nah, I couldn't see you. It kept saying that your mic and camera wasn't on. So it was like, I was talking to you though. I was like, if you can hear us, hit the play.
I felt like I was in a coma. I felt like I could hear everything,
right.
sense everything, but I couldn't communicate with nobody.
Right. Come to the light. Come to the light.
Right. Come to the light if you can hear me. My apologies. I do pay my phone bill. I do have good service. I'm with T-Mobile. I don't want y'all to think, I got some jacked up Android and nothing like that.
Well, you said T-Mobile, so maybe it is.
No, we good. Everybody relax. T-Mobile is good. They pay for my Hulu and my Netflix, so we all good. I think I might even got a Showtime package. Like T-Mobile been coming through. They pay for everything nowadays.
That's cool. Okay, so Ryan, can you tell us about your character?
It's storming where I'm at too. I'm in Atlanta, so it's raining.
I'm in Atlanta too, and that's what I just stated. I stated it is really storming over here. I'm in Atlanta.
So my character's name is Ahmad, and he's the older cousin. The big cousin. Oh yeah. So yep, I'm in Atlanta. I'm out here for a few weeks, and so it's storming. But I hope that won't be a problem. Do we have a little bit of lag? Or are we good? Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. The video is a little lag, but we can absolutely hear you.
Good?
And for the video purposes, it's all good. We can hear you. Okay. So we are talking to the cast of Another Christmas. And we are having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's getting a little glitchy.
Okay.
No, I think we might be good now. I think.
Okay.
Okay, so my character's name is Ahmad, and basically I'm the big cousin, the big homie. And my character is also in the recording industry, so he's a music producer. He doesn't live in his hometown anymore, but he flies back home for the holiday just to reconnect with family. You know how it is when you ain't been back to your hometown in a long time. And then when you get back out there, you forget, like, oh man, it ain't like the big city, you know what I mean? And you come back to your hometown, and then come to find out my younger cousin is, he's crushing on his old crush, but he's engaged. So, it's like, bruh, you about to step in some real live mess. So I'm just trying to give him that good older cousin advice to just follow his heart and do the right thing, listen to his spirit and do the right thing. But at the same time, don't get shot out here now. You know what I mean?
Right. So I mean, if you just said that your character is a music producer, then obviously that part relates to your real life.
Not at all.
Right, not at all.
It was a big stretch. I had to dig deep.
Right.
And I had to really hone in, you know what I mean, to harness the mindset of the character, because it's so far from my real life.
so far-fetched. Yeah. I understand. I have a question for you. So there was what was her name? Michelle, that's in the film. I think that was her name. Mm-hmm. So Michelle in the trailer is trying to get you to listen to her cassette tape.
Yeah.
Does that happen in real life? Because I'm assuming it still does.
Well, not with cassette tapes, no.
No, of course not. No cassette tapes, no ADATs.
You know what's funny? This true story. I do have. There has been a couple of times. Actually, actually quite recently, I was in the Atlanta airport, and I was sitting there. I had a long over, so I'm just kind of chilling, and I'm on my laptop, and this guy is next to me, and he's on his laptop, and he's got like a little MIDI controller. He's like making beats, on his laptop. So I see him sitting over there, whatever, and I'm eating my food. I'm on my laptop. I'm on the phone, and then I'm packing up and I'm getting ready to go catch my flight or whatever. And he stops me and we start talking. He heard me on the phone talking to somebody about some music stuff. So he
Right.
said, "Yo, man, I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I hear you talking about music. You in the business?" Da, da, da. So we start talking, da 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 da. And then he's like, "Yeah, man, I make some beats, and I would love for you to take a listen and all this." And I just he said he put out a mixtape or something he just put out. And he hands me a CD. And I'm like, I said, "Dog, no disrespect, but like, where am I supposed to listen to this?" You know what I mean? I was like, like first things first, my guy, if you trying to make it in the game, like I said, you ain't got nothing online. You ain't got no music streaming nowhere. I said, I don't even own a CD player. Like real talk. I don't even have a CD player in my car. Like I can't listen to this anywhere. I like legitimately cannot listen to this anywhere. And he was like, and he was looking at me like stunned. And so it's kind of funny how some people, really don't they unfortunately, can't keep up with the times. But that doesn't happen too often. I thought the scene was hilarious that she
Yeah, I
walks
did
up
too.
with a cassette tape. And then I just love how Chris, he's like, "Did you travel back in time?" They're like, because that's how I felt.
Yeah,
Like when he's about to
yeah,
hand me the CD, like, bro, where where am I even supposed to play this? I don't even know what to do with it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I
I
thought that was
actually thought
hilarious.
that part was hilarious. I mean,
Yeah,
being a singer myself, I'm like, really? A cassette
yeah,
tape? That was like
yeah.
genius to me. So yeah.
Right.
What was your biggest challenge in taking on this role?
um, Honestly, for me, I guess the biggest challenge, in all honesty, it was just getting back in front of the camera because I spent so much time behind the scenes.
Hmm.
I started off my career acting and in front of the camera, but then when I found my niche with songwriting and producing and being behind the scenes and kind of like being the Mac in the back, you know what I mean? It was a little bit of a challenge to be like, oh man, like jumping back in front of the camera and like, it just kind of shocked my system a little bit because I'm used to being on sets and different things like that. But I just found such a love being behind the scenes and just, being kind of like quietly doing my thing and making noise in the game, but just doing it from behind the scenes that it felt good to get back on the other side of the camera. You know what I mean? And I have some pictures and some photos of me and the cast just kind of like sitting in the camera crew prepping the shot and whatever. And I look at those photos and I'm like, damn, like look at you, Ryan. Like, you back in front of like, yeah, baby, you know what I'm saying? We switching it up on them, you know what I mean? And a lot of my friends and family and fans through the years would always be like, when you gonna, get back in front of the camera, get back in front of the camera. But I was doing so well, making money. Like, I'm like, get back in front of the camera for what? You know what I mean? But it's fun. That honestly was the biggest challenge. Now that I got my feet wet though, now it's like I want to stay in front of the
Right. So now it's on. Now it's on.
Yeah.
Okay. So Malik told me that this film, y'all filmed in 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
I just wrote my very first feature film that's about to come out. It
Oh
took
wow.
us
Okay.
3 weeks. So
Wow.
I
Okay.
am curious, how did y'all film in 7 days? Now he
I
told me
think.
his experience.
Yeah. I think. Well, I'm an OG, so I'm about to date myself with this reference, but just kind of go along with it. So I remember watching one of my favorite movies was growing up was Purple Rain. Prince
Hmm.
Purple Rain, and I watched the there was this when there was like the 25th anniversary of Purple Rain. It came in like this box set, and they had like a documentary about it and how they filmed it, whatever. So anyway, watching the documentary, I remember the producer of the film and the director of the film saying how they shot that film in 30 days. And back then in the 80s, that was like damn near unheard of to shoot a film in 30 days. Nowadays people, do it all the time. But so, and they asked him, how the hell did y'all and they shot all the performance scenes, all the scenes with Prince singing, they shot all of that, all the scenes on the motorcycle, all the location scenes. They did everything in 30 days flat. And they said, when they asked the director, how the hell did y'all do that in 30 days? His response was, because we didn't know we couldn't. And I feel like with Stacey being such a new, playwright, screenwriter, director, like she's not jaded by the rules of Hollywood or the rules of quote unquote the game. You know what I mean? She's just like, listen, we got to get this done.
Yeah.
This is the budget. This is what we have. These are the resources, and this is what we have access to. No, there was no one from the cast is there to, no one's a diva. No one's like, oh, well, I need a trailer. I need this, and I need at least 4 hours of makeup, or I need, 2 days to prep. Like everybody was just super hungry. Everybody, was a lot of new faces, a lot of new talents for a lot of the talent in the film. It was their first time on screen. So I don't think anyone knew the rules. So it's like, yeah, we're going to shoot this in 7 days. There was no one there to say, we can't do that.
Right.
There was so a lot of times, what's the term? Ignorance is bliss sometimes. You know what I mean? When you don't even know, it's kind of like a beginner's luck type thing. Like, oh, we didn't know we couldn't shoot the movie in 7 days. That's not normal. Yeah. And it's like, no, that ain't normal. Movies takes weeks and months.
Yeah. When I wrote and produced and directed my own film and starred in it, right? Yeah. And what I remember after the very first day of filming, it was 14 hours. I said, oh my Jesus. Like, because you don't think about all of that. You don't know until you know. And I'm like, wow. Like, it was serious. And then having to make sure that you have all the dialogue. And then sometimes you got to switch it up. The dialogue and everything like that. So yeah, kudos to y'all for getting this thing done in 7 days. I had a chance to view the film today. Can y'all tell everybody where the film is streaming?
On Roku.
Yeah. Roku channel. And on Amazon. I got some friends that were able to stream it on Amazon as well.
Okay. I really enjoyed the whole script and everything. And Stacey sounds like an amazing person. I'm definitely going to have to interview her and meet her very soon.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So can y'all tell me, we'll start with Malik. What is your approach to getting into character?
My approach to getting into character, is kind of writing backstories. I'm big into like writing backstories. I always keep a journal with every character. It's like a small little book I keep with me. Just kind of, especially when I don't have a lot of backstory on the what do you call it? The breakdown. I kind of like to write little motivations of why they do a certain thing, or just decisions they make. So that's the first step. And then obviously just kind of going with the physical. Like he was a baseball player, so I had to learn how to pitch, which that didn't go as well. Swinging different things like that. I know y'all saw that pitch, that little,
I mean, he's shooting a jump shot, like, bro, like that's not how you pitch a ball.
Are you sure you got the right sport, or like, definitely like, the physical is part 2, and then the word really getting the script down is part 3. I think I wouldn't say that's the easiest part, but I feel like once you have 1 and 2 down, the script kind of comes naturally because you kind of already believe it. You got to believe what you're saying. Sure.
Okay. Actually, Ryan, I don't want to ask you the same question because, again, your character kind of was already what you do.
No. You have to ask me because you got to understand how deep I needed to go to pull. You know what I mean? Malik said he has journals. For me, I'm a method actor, so I live alone. I'll go live in a cabin for 3 weeks by myself. I won't talk to nobody. I don't eat. I fast. You know what I mean? It's a whole deep process. They really pulled it out of me in this film.
They did. They pulled it out of me. They did.
Yeah, I went there. I really went
You
there.
did. You went deep.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. So my question for you is, what was the most pivoting line that you felt was in the film?
That's a really good question. I think it would have to be when what's his name? When they were finding out when they were trying to find out if she was pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
and they were trying to decide if they were ready to have the baby. And he was just telling her that, everything is in God's time,
Mm-hmm.
basically. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like that was a pretty powerful line, I felt like, in the film, when he was just trying to console his young wife, who lost the baby before, and they were, he thought he was going to lose her, and then now she's ready to have one again, and he kind of like, I can sort of relate to that. You know what I mean? I've been married. You know what I mean? I've had kids. Like I know how that goes. And when you want to be there for your significant other, but there's really nothing you can do, and you have to just put it in the hands of the universe, if you will, and
Yeah.
just wait on God's divine plan, or just the divine plan of whatever you believe that higher power to be. That's a pretty powerful line. I felt like the film, it was already a heartwarming, family film, but I felt
Mm-hmm.
like that took it a little deeper. I was able to pull from that like a lesson, if you will,
Yeah, that was
without
definitely a lesson.
being too preachy.
Yeah,
I really like that. Yeah, that
I
line.
did too. Okay, Malik, which line did you like?
I would have to agree. I love that scene. I love the prayer he did in that scene. That prayer he did was improv.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I can only assume it came from a real place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest message in the film, God's timing. I never forget, just in rehearsals, hearing that over and over. He really made you believe that. So I would definitely have to agree. That was a real powerful, to me, the most powerful scene in the movie for sure.
Yeah, I like that. I like that part too. But I also like. Well, I don't want to spoil the movie, so I ain't gonna tell y'all what I like.
Yeah, don't get too much.
Because Ryan already told us too much.
Oh, did I? Oh, damn it. Sorry. Well, you.
No,
I
really
don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I mean, all right, they're expecting a baby. That's not, that ain't too much.
Okay, that's true. That's true. So Ryan, I have a question because everyone doesn't know yet. Everybody hasn't seen it. Are we going to see you performing live in this film or on the soundtrack? Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, you know what? In the spirit of what you just said, I don't want to give nothing away. I can't tell you. You just got to watch the movie.
Okay.
I can't give
Great
too much
answer.
away. I ain't saying nothing else.
I'm testing you.
Done. And scene.
In scene. In scene.
Yes.
My God. Okay. Did either one of y'all audition for y'all roles? Or did they say, hey, I want you?
Mine was a real loose reading.
Okay.
I think Stacey kind of already had it in her mind, but yeah.
She already knew you?
She knew me from prior things I had done.
Okay.
It came to me and just said, yeah, I just want to hear you read. And then we just kind of went from there. So yeah, I auditioned. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, a lot of things are based off relationships. Like when I did my film, I mean, I had some auditions, but you already know some of the people that you want in it, and you have the relationships with them. You call them and be like, hey. So understand. So Ryan, did you audition or y'all already knew each other?
No, Stacey actually reached out to me online. Actually, she reached out to me, introduced herself. We started a dialogue. She told me all about her vision. She told me what she was doing, and who she was, where she was from, and just like the big picture of what she wanted for her company for Stacey Davis Films. And then we just started to talk, and she, was actually one of the ones who was like, you really got to get back in front of the camera, and I have a great opportunity for you to do so. And I believed in her. I really loved that she was a smart black, young black woman. That was cool to me. She was a talented writer. Her actually where she's from is the same hometown my father is from. So I just felt like a little bit of a connection, even shooting the film in certain parts of Myrtle Beach and certain parts of South Carolina, Florence, South Carolina. I was, kind of going back to my dad's hometown, so I felt a connection with it immediately.
Okay. All right. So one thing that you had said was, when we was talking about, when you was doing your introduction, you said, writer, I'm a producer, I'm a ghostwriter, and then you start saying who you write for. Now, is it so? Is it true? The ghostwriters ain't supposed to say who they write for.
Who told you that?
Ghost writer. I'm messing with you.
Oh yeah, no. I don't know. That, what
I had messed with Malik. I had to mess with you too.
Yeah, no. But just to be clear, that came from with rappers, because rappers, they got this big thing about, every lyric you say it's gotta be so real. I'm real. Everything I say is realer than rap. That's some rap BS. I mean, there have been songwriters, some of your favorite singers and artists have never written. Whitney Houston didn't write one song she ever sung. You know what I mean? So, and the list goes on and on, believe you me. You know what I mean? From Aretha Franklin to Gladys Knight, to tons of them. So this idea that the artist has to be the only one to write their lyrics, which isn't even true, even when they say it is. You know what I mean? Don't believe that. I'm not from that era. I'm gonna let you know who I wrote for. That's how I get my money. I gotta tell you my credits.
Amen.
That's how you keep today's price from not being yesterday's price. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Tell my mom's the word. You ain't gonna get no more roles. Ain't gonna get no more projects. Right.
Listen, closed mouth don't get fed. Okay.
Right. Okay, so can you guys tell me? Okay, so Another Christmas is out right now on Roku and on Amazon. Can you tell me what's next for you guys? Anything else on the pipeline?
Yeah, definitely. I got another movie I just finished filming that's coming out, I think, top of the year, and I'm about to get ready to go to Canada to go shoot a limited series on Amazon. So
nice.
We're just trying to get that up and rolling. That's the only things I got going right now. I'm just trying to write, trying to get like you, trying to write own in me. But that'll come in time. We're just gonna focus on the acting for right now.
That's what's up. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. And Ryan, what's on your pipeline?
So after doing Another Christmas, Stacey called me about shooting a sitcom that she had in development called Hanging with the Taylors. And so I jumped on board with her to do that, and I filmed a few episodes with her with that, and we're actually going back in to shoot some more episodes. And we're really excited about that. That's out right now on the Impact Network. And so besides that, Stacey has a couple other films that she has in development, and she said, we're just going to keep working together and just blow this thing up bigger and bigger. So really excited about that.
Wonderful. Well, I would like to take this time to thank you guys so much for being a part of Transparency Talks podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was really cool. I don't think I've laughed this hard in an interview at all. So yeah, I truly appreciate it. So with that being said, everybody, we are out of here. Y'all stay online. But with that being said, everybody on Facebook and on YouTube, we out of here. Peace.
See ya.